Short questions, short answers by Torah teacher Ariel and eBible. Copyright TaNaKH Torah Ministries 2015. All rights reserved. Question is, when did the Jews stop doing animal sacrifices and why? Alright, the question. The Jewish people stopped doing animal sacrifices because the Romans sacked the temple in 70 AD. That's the basic short answer. Contrary to popular Christian teaching, the sacrifices did not provide cleansing of the conscience. They did not compete with Yeshua Jesus. The Old Testament saints were not saved by keeping the law or by bringing sacrifices, but they were in fact genuinely saved. Right? No more temple, no more sacrifices. What happened? The sacrifices were for ritual cleansing of the flesh and for cleansing the sanctuary stained by the sins of the people dwelling in its midst. This is kind of the background to understanding the sacrificial system. And they worked because they pointed forensically towards the once and for all sacrifice of the Lamb who was slain from the foundations of the world. A person in the time period of the TaNaKH, the Old Testament, bringing a sacrifice for ritual sin, yet believing in the prophet like Moses, who would be sent by God, was thus as much saved as Christians living in the 21st century, because his faith was cast objectively on the Messiah to come. He was saved by grace because Yeshua's sacrifice was just as effective pointing backwards as it is pointing forward to us today. Understand how that works? Arrows going in both directions of the cross, backwards and forward. Given these truths, sacrifices were both effectual and ineffectual at the same time. The secret is in knowing what they were meant to do and what they were not meant to do. Let me explain it to you. As for ritually cleansing the flesh and cleaning the temple, they were 100% effective. They took ritual sin away and they cleansed the temple. As for cleansing the conscience, they were 100% ineffective. Only Yeshua's sacrifice can take away sins of the conscience. Make sense? Based on this premise, I believe the sacrifices will return in the millennium when Yeshua returns to rule from Jerusalem. Check out the link in the upper right corner there. I'll probably put one up there to my last week's study about sacrifices returning. And at that time, all people, both Christians and non-Christians, will be required to bring sacrifices if they wish to approach the temple that Yeshua has rebuilt. Amen? Amen. Check out my podcasts, which are available on iTunes. You can search for me in the store under the search term Ariel HaNavi. But if you prefer to watch your theology, check out my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and click the bell for notifications. New content is added weekly or even daily.